All right, we're live. We're live. I'm going up my garage right now. I'm sort of losing my mind, people, because I knew it what was this, 4 hours ago when me Kevin was live that we didn't know who this killer was. That there was a decoy apparently, and I'm still seeing conservatives who apparently know Charlie Kirk and care about him. Um, not reporting on this. The fact is that we don't know who the fuck shot him. And they're sitting here, oh, is it this transgender person that threatened their thing? Oh, what if they fucking ban the word Nazi now and then they win? The communists win then. Ah! This whole fucking thing is making me lose my mind, people. Making me lose my goddamn mind. And now I've just got some drinks for myself. Oh, I can't do that on camera, I don't think. But we will still. Observation of all this in here yet. This is crazy. I'm sorry, this is fucking insane. What if I do the background? Yeah. Whew. I might go to TikTok, guys, because I'm not seeing anybody here. Do I get actual viewership from this one? I don't know. This is crazy. Some crazy shit. And I mean crazy in like a completely different way than I normally do. Like, I'm losing my on this one. I really am. I'm really losing my goddamn mind because I went to a dog park and oh, they already got him. And I'm like, did they? And everybody's looking at me like I'm a crazy person. And the head of the FBI literally tweeting out, he's gone. They don't, oh, sorry. It's so crazy, guys, that the head of, like, this is a shooting. This is an active shooting. They didn't give us a description of the person. They didn't ask us to give them any information, like, see something, say something. None of that. None of it. Instead, they just told us they apprehended the shooter for like 3.5 hours and had us all bicker over politics. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And then they're like, oops, my name's Kash Patel. We don't have him. And they let him go. And now they're like, oh, okay, well, now that we let him go, I guess that means we don't have the other guy. Because of transparent, like, the tweet was like literally, because of transparency, we'll let you know or something. Not asking us for advice, not asking us to, help out and finding out who this is. Just more like, well, stay tuned. You guys can stay tuned and we'll let you know what might be going on here. And then you got the Utah State Police doing a press conference, and they're brief as hell, quick as hell. Asked if there is a foreign involvement, and they're like, can't comment on that at this time. So it's just like, whew, I feel more lost, more conspiratorial than I did when Ron Paul was driven around in a van during the fucking Miami convention for RNC for Mitt Romney. I feel more let down by this than by anything because there's no one out there talking about what matters. I mean, the only person that did was Meet Kevin. Meet Kevin kind of set me off on this because, like, the guy was like on it. He was showing there was somebody on the roof, and then immediately after that, they're like, "Nope, sorry, we already got the guy." Everybody just lets it go all afternoon. Tweet it back out. Oh, wait, sorry, didn't get the guy. Let you know because of transparency when we find something more out. That's it. Sayonara. My name, Kash Patel. What's my name? My name is Kash Patel. And I'm a casher of a Patel. God damn, guys. I'm so pissed off by this. It's nonsense. It's complete and utter nonsense. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say other than like, if you are one of these people that were happy in some way, and by happy I mean like you literally said like, oh, blah, 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 because he said this thing, blah, 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 blah. Go to hell. Go to hell. Because like, honestly, every YouTuber should be able to speak their mind freely, and this guy died because of this. I don't know what South Park's going to do. What's South Park going to do? They're going to have to kill Cartman. I'm telling you guys. Maybe I should change the title of the video to that. Can I change the title? Can you go on here and be like, excuse me, nope, don't do that. Okay, I'll put you guys down there. Boo-boo. Boo-boo. Oh, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Lost on it, guys. We're gonna take a little gander at the news, see if I can figure out anything else going on. Something is off about this shooter. Here we go. Something is off about the shooter, liberal hive mind. I'm telling you, everybody was sleeping. Everybody was asleep. Everybody listen to Kash Patel. Mr. Kash Patel over here. He's going to tell us the truth like he did with the Epstein files. Also, guys, remember, birthday book came out yesterday. Just saying. Also, tomorrow, 9/11. Just saying. 9/11 tomorrow. Just saying. All right. Liberal hive mind. Help me out here, man. What you got for me?
Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind. I gotta tell you, I started off this morning a little bit low on energy. But now, obviously, I think it goes without saying, I've found a little bit of motivation here. And so I am on top of the reports. I'm on top of what's coming out here. Let me give you guys all the updates.
Hello,
on the Kirk situation.
Lindsey Wilson.
Hunt continues. We got a bunch of video clips and information now surfacing. But first, I want to clear up some confusion.
I don't know. I've known since 2 p.m. that we don't know who the shooter is. And most of the world was bickering since 6 p.m. thinking we already had him. Why did we trust Kash Patel? Why would we trust Kash Patel?
Reputable outlets that fact claiming the suspect was in custody. Obviously, this went viral and spread all over social media. But a few hours ago...
Okay, so yeah, the first guy they got was...
We don't yet know the circumstances as to
hold
why
on.
he was apprehended. Maybe
I gotta update this now.
Oh
shit, I went to the iceberg. All right, so the first thing is they got the guy, the first guy they got was this old guy who was like a liberal, and he screamed out that he was the shooter, apparently to like delay or get away from the tactic. Then you have another guy that was outside in the parking lot, and he had a rifle. But then we found out that rifle was actually just a pellet gun via Twitter. So both of these people, both of these old men, old American men in jeans, apparently murdered Charlie Kirk, assassinated him cold-bloodedly, and they took him in for questioning. Kash Patel literally said, I swear to God, I'm going to read it right now. This is insane. It's all his fault. Kash Patel deserves nothing but a public firing in the essence of a hose. Can we bring back hosing? If we can bring back hosing, I say Kash Patel gets it. Because this is what Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, the guy in charge of all this, okay, this is what he said soon as they arrested this provocateur, this left-wing provocateur. He says, the subject in the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Thank you to the local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with the FBI. We'll provide updates when available. That was 3 hours ago, okay? So 3 hours ago, he says that. Then he retweets himself, whoops-a-daisy, retweets himself with a quote, because this is how we live now, people. The head of the FBI retweet quoting himself to explain to you The subject in the custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. Again, do they ask us what this guy looks like to help them maybe find him? Did they ask any of the, upwards of 10, 20,000 people in attendance? Hey, did you see anybody that looked like this? No, nothing. Why? Because, well, when you look at the streamers, the YouTube streamers at the time, right when this all happened, and you get right there, because we live in a technical world these days, meet Kevin, a pseudo-politician / real estate agent from California, was doing a 6-hour live stream on the stock market when all of this happened. Started covering it top to bottom in real time. It's watching these videos through Twitter as they are provided. And we basically build out the theory that this old man definitely that's in custody right now was not the shooter, that they're going to have to do exactly what Kash Patel just let us know is happening an hour ago. So real estate streamers in California know more than the head of the FBI, okay? So live there first. Secondly, this motherfucker, this Kash, I'm Kash Patel. Fucking crazy motherfucker. Stop it. Stop him. Just stop him. And then, even worse is that after they say this isn't the guy, the first comment, the thing that has 6,000 likes, 645 retweets, is, I'll bet it's this guy. Find him. And it's some transgender male, Narja Gall. I don't need to dox people either and do all this crap that all these liberals do as well. Whole reason this happened to Charlie Kirk. But apparently this person said on Twitter yesterday, Charlie Kirk is coming to my college tomorrow. I really hope someone evaporates him literally. And then let's just say something big will happen tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, there is implied thought there, but again, if it's a crazy transgender person, makes sense. Do I think a crazy transgender person can dress in all black like an Israeli, go up on the fucking top of a roof, sniper someone, have it bounce off of the chest protection, ricochet up, go into their fucking neck, bleed them out right there and kill them dry? No, it's not a transgender person. It's not a crazy person that just did some fucking hormones. No, it's no. SSRIs are not to blame for this one. We need to stop it. Fucking left, right. There's a person who literally was on a roof, shot this man, got off in all black, was caught, dipped down into a parking lot, went off onto the highway, and was gone within a matter of probably 5 minutes after the shooting. If you look at what is going on in the shooting, in the proximity, you have a fist, okay? And this is where he's at, right? And let's say that this right here is the tent. And there's people all around here on a hill and a whole thing like that. And this guy is somewhere up here, he's going to shoot, right? Well, he can leave right here. And when he goes down the stairway, he exits out into a parking lot. And that parking lot, it's completely separate from the chaos that goes everywhere when the shot goes off. So the shot goes off, there's chaos everywhere. This guy's able to go down the stairs, all black, roll down, jump into a car, and escape onto the highway within a matter of 5 to 10 minutes after the shooting. And it took the police at least an hour before they actually shut down the roads around the college campus. We were watching live streams of this man literally escaping. And we were watching an old man, a liberal old man, claim to have murdered Charlie Kirk, be arrested. And then that old man be held for 3.5 hours. And the internet, meet Kevin, the world that was watching the actual assassination and the live streams at the time, understood that the old man was never to blame. He was never actually the suspect, but yet Kash Patel thought it necessary, thought it very, very, very necessary to 3 hours ago. Again, I will reiterate, state this out loud as the head of the FBI. The subject of the horrific shooting today that took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. That's a declaration, sir. And within a matter of 2 hours, you proved yourself wrong. And you should learn from Epstein, from every mistake you keep making at this job, that you don't make declarative statements like that, because then this is what happens. Because he immediately recants that with less than an hour ago now. This was less than an hour ago. This is almost 2 hours ago now. And most conservative platforms are still mourning the death of Charlie Kirk and talking about liberalism and transgenderism and gun violence and whether we arrest people for saying the word Nazi or whatever the fuck Tim Pool's doing over there as they're saying apprehended in custody still. Because no one's paying attention to the fact that this guy is still at large. That we don't know who it is, that the Utah State Police are literally stating that it could be a foreign adversary and they can't comment on that. You have the FBI at 6:59 saying the person that they had in custody that they told you was the shooter, so that you stopped looking, that person wasn't actually the shooter. And they're not going to ask you for info. They're not going to ask you to help them try to find the shooter. They're still looking for the shooter, but instead the head of the FBI is going to state, our investigation continues and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. Does that sound like somebody that is actually trying to, find a assassin? Find a killer? And this is where I keep building the rhetoric or the conspiracy theory that I hope the left goes with, which is until Donald Trump finds out who's responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump is responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. And Donald Trump set Charlie Kirk up to be a martyr. Prove me wrong in the theories of Charlie Kirk or Steven Crowder. Prove me wrong that Donald Trump isn't to blame 100% for this entire situation. Especially when the head of the FBI is telling you, don't look over here, we got him. Go ahead and warn your friend. And everybody goes down that path all night, only to be led astray, because if you paid attention to the actual event, if you weren't a, conservative that was in love with Charlie Kirk, or if you weren't a liberal that hated Charlie Kirk, if you were watching this event for what it was, which is just a political assassination of a podcaster in broad daylight, you would see that they didn't apprehend the suspect. You would see that the FBI is clearly going to release this man that was a provocateur. And now here we are. We're sitting here at 9 p.m. Central Time. So this is going to be 8 p.m. local time, Utah. And we still don't know who this is. We don't know who this is. And the number one comment on Twitter is someone posting a photo of a transgender person that didn't like Charlie Kirk and saying, hey, look, they made some empty, vague threat about him yesterday. Sure, let's frame it on that. Let's take that as the sole discretion of evidence. Let's make that the thing that we, essentially electric chair people for, because we know that whatever law there was in Utah, it no longer exists when it comes to this situation, because Trump and his team of crazy outlaws at this point, they're going to decide whatever the hell they want to decide, apparently. They're going to tell you we got the guy, and then they're going to tell you 2 hours later we don't got the guy. And then 2 hours after that, they're still not going to ask you to help them find the guy. And this is apparently somebody that's in their inner circle. It's like you lost your own brother and you forgot to call the police. What are we doing here? How is Kash Patel still in this position? How is Pam Bondi still here? How have they not gone at least? I mean, this is crazy. FBI. Let's look at FBI's Twitter. What's FBI's Twitter going to say right here? 2 hours ago. Again, there should be more of an update than 2 hours ago. 2 hours ago, whoops daisy, we let the guy go and see you later. And it's crazy because all of these outlets, most of the media, most of even the podcast and new media apparatus, they were all in this midday circuit of whether he was dead or not. And once he was declared dead, they were like, assassination. And they went their fucking way without ever looking twice and going, oh, wait a minute, we don't know who did this yet. It's so crazy how many right-wingers I have seen do videos on this assassination. And every one of them talks about how this person must have been mentally ill. What if it's Iran? What if somebody paid an actual assassin to kill him? Do you think that that person then is deranged again and sick and ill inside? It seems like you're trying to draw the conclusion or paint the conclusion that this is a transgender person. And if you already draw the conclusion as to who this is, then why even find out? Why not just let freaking cross-eyed, cockeyed Patel just send you down the rabbit hole of whatever the hell you want? Because, you're not listening anyway. I don't even understand, how in the fuck can we... And the fact that I'm on Twitter right now going through this, and it seems like all that anybody wants to do is just mourn Charlie Kirk, play left-right-wing politics, and blame transgenders and gun violence. There's an assassin on the loose. We don't know if they're mentally ill. We don't know if it's a country. We don't know if it's actually somebody setting up a new 9/11 the day before 9/11. We just don't know. Why would Iran do that? I don't know. But the fact that every person that knows Charlie Kirk personally has already done a podcast about how the person is mentally ill that killed him, it's an implied thought that person is on some sort of puberty blockers or they've gone crazy. There are 1,000 scenarios where a person is assassinated and the person that shot them isn't mentally ill. Do you know how many expert assassins there are? You ever heard of SEAL Team 6? We do this. America does this. We go over the country. Muammar Gaddafi? We stuck the sword up his ass and killed him? Anally? I mean, I don't know if that'll get me banned on live or whatever, but that's the facts of what the U.S. government and Hillary Clinton did to Muammar Gaddafi, a peaceful leader in Africa, in Libya, liberating Libya. And that's what we did to him. So I don't know what the hell this is, but it's pretty goddamn crazy that the head of the FBI is telling us that they caught him, and then everybody just goes down that train. And then, you just wanted to let us know they didn't catch him, and still, nothing. What you're saying, it isn't the bald white guy that did it. What sources started that? So the thing is with the bald white guy is there's actually two. I talked about this a little earlier. There's two of them. So the bald white guy was actually a guy that was just a provocateur in the crowd. Once he was shot, this is how morally sick a lot of the liberal audience is on the left-hand side. Once he was shot, that guy, the bald guy, started screaming that he was the shooter. And the reason that we know that that's what he was doing is because moments later, people had already reported that he was screaming as he was being arrested that he had free speech. That where's his free speech? Where's his Second Amendment rights? It's the same thing as screaming fire in a crowded room. You can't do certain types of speech. And so they were arresting him because they thought that he was it. Of course, they're probably pissed off that they had to pull this guy aside. But again, you have the head of the FBI basically alleviating everybody from ever looking into this as this guy escapes. Don't look here. Just let him drive down the highway. And meanwhile, the live internet, Meet Kevin, people live, while the assassination is happening, are seeing that bald guy 2 minutes later was clearly just going to be arrested by police and condemned for saying what he did and doing what he did. But that was it. And not only did you got that guy that was sitting there screaming that he did it in the crowd, they got arrested and held for 2 hours that created all of this fake out. But there was a second fake out. There was a second guy out in a parking lot with a pellet rifle that they arrested as well. Another old white guy. So there was 2 old white guys that were diversions. I don't know if they're direct diversions, they were set up diversions. Or if they were literally diversions because they just are leftists and they hated Charlie Kirk enough to see somebody bleed out of their neck live in public and then scream out that they did it so that the real person could get away. So I really don't know, like, are we at a world of, like, we love Luigi's so much that we help them out? Or is this some sort of, like, deep conspiracy with an actual government that's against the United States the day before 9/11, setting up the head of the youth of the political movement of the president of the United States and executing him in broad daylight? These diversions could be direct. They could literally have already been set up by and orchestrated by a country, but that becomes the problem then for Alex Jones, for Steven Crowder, for Tim Pool, for all of these people that are already sitting out there saying this person is mentally ill, they're gross, they're disgusting, they're blah blah. You don't know this, so bring in that implied thought. And now what happens when you wake up tomorrow and we find out that this was fucking China? the Russia did all this, and actually the Russia Gate isn't real, but this is Russia Gate, and this is real. And since that meeting with Putin, he started putting out some fucking fireworks. Like, we don't know. There are 1,000 scenarios that could be playing out right now, and the only thing we know with confidence is that the head of the FBI is a cockeyed retard who can't figure anything out and led us astray for 3.5 hours so that we can't figure out who actually murdered Charlie Kirk. We'll never find the assassin because there was a Goomba named Kash Patel who was in charge of the FBI, and he was like, "Ooga booga booga, I got him." And then he was like, "Actually, that was an old guy just screaming out that he killed Charlie Kirk because he's insane." People think that there's a hero syndrome to all of the political strife too. Like, somebody was pointing this out. I forgot who it was, but I think it was Glenn Beck actually. But somebody was pointing this out, that it's the demonization of a human being politically that allows for this. So it's like the reason you see a lot of right-wing people getting shot, but not a lot of left-wing people getting shot, is because the right-wing people just kind of look, oh, what is your reasoning for the not liking Kashmir Patel? I don't believe he is smart. No, I don't believe he's smart either. My reason for not liking him is because he's extremely not smart. He's not only not smart, but he's neglectful to this assassination, which is the biggest story since 9/11. Like, he literally just left us down, he just led us down a rabbit hole. He told us that we got Lee Harvey Oswald, and then he said, never mind. Kash Patel is straight up one of the dumbest human beings that's got to ever exist. And the fact that, like, that's the concerning thing, is that people are so on these political sides, they can't see through, like, what are we doing here? The head of the FBI says, oh yeah, oopsie daisy, we got the wrong guy. Also, we don't need you to look up or help us at all. And the number one comment on it is like, here's a transgender kid. He probably did it. Like, God damn it. There are so many other options than transgender kid from California probably did it because he posted something on Twitter. It's just, I can't, like, during something like this, I imagine it's normal to do precautionary arrests on several suspects. How about you don't fucking announce it until you're fucking sure? Exactly. That's the thing, people. The head of the FBI told us they got the guy. And then 2 hours later, retweeted himself with a quote, being like, quote, we don't got the guy. Also, we're not asking you for help still. Maybe they know and are covering it up because the truth is unbearable. Exactly. There's a lot of that. I mean, if you want to get down the real conspiracy theory that the left-wingers should be going with, this House committee subpoenaed the Epstein estate and made the Epstein estate give out that birthday book. And if you look at that birthday book, Man doesn't put Ghislaine Maxwell's story into question because it seems like he was definitely running a sex operation and that every single billionaire in America and around the world knew that. It seemed like that was what he was doing, was running an escort service for billionaires. And lo and behold, 24 hours after the birthday book was released, pew pew, pew 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 pew. Like, it's a little too much. But again, like, we don't need to bend the truth. We just need to kind of live in reality. And the reality is, the head of the FBI is a goofball who told everybody that we got him. And everybody that was watching it already knew we didn't get him and knew that the guy was escaping and leaving on the highway. And now here we are, re-quoting himself. We'll get him later. Like, fucking goddamn, man. Someone spotted the shooter before it happened. Yeah, so here's the thing. There was a video of somebody walking into the event, and they spotted him on the corner of the building. And again, on the roof of the building. So not the man that was apprehended on the lawn that was screaming that he shot Charlie Kirk. Clearly, again, police, we all know police. Police don't like when people, do anything, I guess. And so, man had pellet gun in parking lot, gets arrested. Man screams out that he actually killed Charlie Kirk because he's crazy, gets arrested. But guess what happens in the meantime? The actual criminal goes loose. Same thing as that immigrant woman. Every time the criminal goes loose, while everybody bickers with the police department and the police and the people on the street over like what we should do next. Like, I literally got arrested for having like secondary officers in a private area where I go to park on the street for to-go parking, but there was a cone in the parking spot. I pull in halfway, and I come back to my car where two black officers accuse me of being racist and then say that I resisted arrest. What did I resist arrest for? I don't know. Waited in a holding cell for 36 hours, released, charges rejected. And I was sitting in a holding cell with people that 15 minutes earlier than me had just robbed an Apple store, and they were counting up how many laptops they had stolen to see if they were still going to get a no cash bail. We are fundamentally like looking at the wrong things in society. We are not paying attention at all to the correct issues. And it starts with the head of the FBI. Do you guys remember the show America's Most Wanted in the early 2000s, in the 90s? Like on Saturday nights, you'd watch America's Most Wanted. It'd be a really cool show, show you some stuff. And guess what America's Most Wanted would do? It would say, if you have any information leading to the arrest, here's 100, 800. No. Guess what's not happening with the FBI right now? They're not asking us anything. They're not asking anyone in the law anything. They're not asking anybody anything. They're letting you know that when they have more information, they'll let you know. And that's how you know this is nonsense. And the fact that you had two diversions. A man, like a crazy old man screaming that he killed Charlie Kirk in the lawn, trying to like be a Luigi or support the Luigi. You get it, some left-wing daddy. He got too caught up in his daughter's politics. I killed Charlie. Okay, whatever. You go to jail. But then to say that was the person that actually did it on Twitter as the head of the FBI, when you know that that's not the case. And then you got this guy in the freaking parking lot with the pebble gun or whatever, which again, like, why did he have that? Why is that there? But a lot of guns around a conservative rally, in essence. And that's what this was. That's what this event was. I've been to many of them in Georgia, in Pennsylvania, almost all just Trump rallies. But I would 9 times out of 10 guess that somebody had a gun nearby. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of guns, but also, like, why did that guy get pulled over? Why were we thinking that guy did it? Are we really that ignorant of guns as police that the police literally said like, oh, this guy did it? They got 6 officers there filming this guy, and literally you put that video on Twitter, and within a matter of 2 minutes, on the freaking comments, they're like, that's a pellet gun. So you like, do we just not have any education in police departments anymore, or is it that like they fundamentally are screwing up on purpose? Like, which one is it? Guys, send me your questions about all this. We had two diverted possible assassins, one of which was declared to be the assassin by the head of the FBI. And then the head of the FBI retweeted himself to let you know that, whoopsie daisy, still looking for the guy that did this. Meanwhile, Meet Kevin was doing a live stream when this happened, saw 3 different angles of people, of a guy in all black on the top of the roof, and showed a diagram of him being able to escape out to a parking lot and out onto the highway where he could leave and go to Idaho within a matter of 30, 40 minutes. Been gone. See you later. 5 minutes, you're on the interstate. You're done. And people were like, oh, did you shut down the airport? Did you shut down this? Did you shut down that? I heard those questions being asked on Right Wing Broadcast Network, on Charlie Kirk's network, by other right-wingers and stuff. And the only thing that I ever heard back from local law enforcement was that they had shut down the streets around the campus and that they had alerted BYU, which again, both of those lead to the conclusion that they were doing the school shooting local protocol of what to do when something like this happens. Not that they were like, oh shit, worldwide manhunt. We have a Lee Harvey Oswald. We need to stop him. Nope. And now, like, the head of the FBI, like, he's implicated in all of this. But we're so worried about, like, being left or right and, like, who's going to win. Who's going to win the World War, the Civil War, or whatever, that I don't think we're ever going to get our day of Congress with Mr. Kash Patel. I'm going to have to switch my photo to Kash Patel for a minute. So I don't know if I go black when I go off my screen, but I might go off screen black for a second. But it's just because I gotta put cockeyed Cash up here, because cockeyed Cash is the reason all this is happening. Charlie Kirk don't deserve any of this complaining. Charlie Kirk, rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace to any fucking YouTuber speaking their mind, period. Do not care what you say. You do not deserve to be shot in a town square. That's just, it's not okay. I heard a lot of people in my public communities that actually, I'm not even like a deep Christian or even a follower of this kind of like of Charlie Kirk, but like you're making team politics very easy. And it's very easy to be on the right wing side when your response is to demonize this motherfucker and act like he's not even a human. He clearly is. He's a little geeky guy, a little cute little geeky guy. Look what you did to him. You ruined his life. So putting up cockeyed Cash, it did put me black, didn't it? That's crazy. But like if I okay. Oh man. So let me do it. You know what I can do though? I'm gonna put up this other photo, which is another crazy story. So here's the other thing that's going on right now is they're painting these murals of this chick. Okay, that's the Ukrainian chick that was stabbed. They're commissioning these murals with Andrew Tate and Elon Musk and a bunch of others. And in doing that, oh wait, we got some more comments. Sounds like this guy probably had something to do with it. LOL. I guess, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, I did it. Or are we referring to Mr. Cockeyed Cash? Because I don't know. At this point, maybe I don't. Kash Patel isn't smart enough to be a part of an assassination, nor am I, to be honest. And that's what's kind of disgusting me about all of the conservatives. That I shouldn't say disgust. It upsets me that they aren't taking time to gather their thoughts intellectually, and they're just upset that their friend got shot, and they're all going live and they're all talking about this, and they're all condemning it as though it's a school shooter, as though it's a mentally ill human being. And in reality, this is a lot more complex than that. It's a lot more complex than that. Like, You have two diverted, admitted assassins. Like, guy admits it in the line, guy admits it in the parking lot. The actual shooter, all black, slips out. FBI says they got him, retweets himself. Whoops, no, we don't got him. You know, got these murals that are going to be going up across America for the right wing BLM. The last tweet by Charlie Kirk was literally about this situation with this chick, and making sure that, you know, we stop the no cash bail systems and stuff. It seems almost orchestrated, or it could just be a very, very happy accident for all of the Republicans. But either way, fucking FBI guy is nonsense. Didn't mean to do that to you. But now if I go here, there we go. Mr. Cockeyed. Oh, God, this guy. He's ruining America. Just one fucking stupid smile at a time. Biggest idiot is this guy. And he's in charge of trying to find out who actually killed Charlie Kirk. So all of the conservatives are saying it is a transgender lady, and all of the liberals are going, "Nuh-uh, he deserved it." I'm just standing here on YouTube Live being like, "Excuse me, can we please try to figure out who the fuck killed Charlie Kirk? I would like to know who the fuck killed Charlie Kirk, please. That's what I would like to know. I would like to know who did it. Who did it, Kash Patel? Just let me know. That's all I need. I just need to know who the fuck this man is." And it's so crazy because the right-wingers got duped even more. Like, I saw even Alex Jones going for it. Alex Jones was like, "Yeah, it's just people like this. They're just mentally ill, and you just gotta, it's just disgusting what they do. They don't have it all up there to do this to somebody else." This can be intentional. Terrorism does exist. It does exist. Assassins, they did exist. They existed for all of time until, like, what, last 5 years when we decided they didn't exist in America. Assassins are people that are like literally like paid or like do this like for a living. Like, that's what they want to do. They want to assassinate people. And instead, like, every conservative host across America tonight is like, "They already found him. I read a tweet by Kash Patel. They already found him. And we're going to find out who this is. And it's probably going to be somebody that has a penis but thinks that they have titties. Because that means that they shot people." And it's like, can we knock it off? This nonsense, this guy. I can't handle this guy. This guy is the worst. The worst. Are we going to find out anything about this fucking thing at all? Are we going to fucking find out? Guys, I'm losing my mind tonight. I don't know about you, but I'm literally losing my mind tonight because right here, New York Yankees, before tonight's game, is held a moment of silence in memoriam of Charlie Kirk's blah, blah, blah. No, I'm not happy about this. I am trying to embarrass the hell out of the FBI director right now because he told us that we got the guy 3.5 hours ago. And we didn't get the guy. They arrested two diverted guys, two old guys that were not the assassin, while YouTubers live literally watched the guy climb off the scaffolding of the roof, dip into a parking lot, leave, and go down the highway. And his apology, this guy's apology to all of us when they released the suspect after he said that that person was apprehended that killed Charlie Kirk. This guy, he retweets himself and he's just like, "Sorry, we'll let you know when we have more information." Like, he's the like, is this the tweet of the fucking CTA or the FBI? As I said earlier, like, there was a show. It was called America's Most Wanted. I think that's where I need to go here now. It was called America's Most Wanted. And at the end of every one of those stories, they were like, "Here's a 1-800 number. Call this if you have information about what's going on." Not this guy. He don't care about your information. He don't care what's going on. He literally told us that we have the person in custody, then quote retweeted himself to let us know that was a whoopsie-daisy. That was a whoopsie-daisy. Oopsie. Accidentally didn't arrest the assassin. Am I going to ask you guys for more info? The 30,000 people in attendance on the lawn? All the people around the world watching on the fucking internet? On the TV? You want to all help out and figure it out? No, this isn't a Criminal Minds investigation. This isn't a true crime investigation. This is the Kash Patel hour, where this guy just like leads us down a rabbit hole and lets all Charlie Kirk's friends go down a transgender rabbit hole for 24 hours while we don't find any suspects. And the person that did it gets away. Just totally gets away. Scot-free. Why? Because Mr. fucking Kash Patel over here was like, actually, so I'm going to go black for a second again. I don't know if you guys are hearing me, but that's just so I can pull up the actual tweets of this moron. So we can, like, that's messed up. DJ Pickle 68. DJ Pickle 68, you need to knock it off. Can everybody condemn DJ Pickle 68? What a dumb name. What a stupid name. Only stupid. What a dumb, stupid name. DJ Pickle 68. Please roast DJ Pickle 68. Kisses. Don't fucking kiss me. I don't want to kiss you. You're probably like, nah. You're the problem. You probably love Mr. freaking Kash Patel over here. You're probably eating the curry with me. Right? Like, you fucking over here with Kash Patel, getting some fucking stir fry. Like, me and Kash Patel get stir fry all night. Not at all. No. DJ Pickle 66. Oh, well. Yeah. Well, now I got exes or something throwing shade at me and getting all pissed. What? I don't know. I don't even want to give that person that much attention. The amount of fucking nonsense. It's disgusting. Anybody that has any kind of aggro aggression tonight at all, that can't just like have fucking fun and understand that for white men everywhere, tonight is a little fucking annoying and scary. That we are a little bit quieter as a collective. And that you should be fucking thanking me for not being like women propaganda and making a bunch of like N-word jokes and crazy fucking racist things and leading us down a rabbit hole of diversion. No, I'm just in here, this guy, head of the FBI, what a retard. Oh, we got him, guys. We got him. Oh, retweet myself. Oops, actually, no, we didn't get him. What's my view? Like, I've been stating it, but like, here's the thing. We have two diverted assassins. One was a bald white guy in the lawn, clearly did not assassinate him, screamed out after Charlie Kirk was bleeding out, I killed him. So he's clearly trying to like be a Luigi supporter type thing. So we already knew that wasn't the person. That was the person that Mr. Kash Patel over here. So we apprehended the guy that did this. It was an old man who just claimed that he killed Charlie Kirk to divert us. We all knew that when we were watching it live. The second diversion, there's a guy in a parking lot and he has a gun, okay? 6 officers in Utah arresting this guy for this gun. Video gets posted on Twitter within a matter of 30 seconds. It's declared it's a pellet gun. So again, we have the second person, second diversion. I don't know if these arrests are people that are provoking them or they're provoking them, whatever. But this guy, the head of the FBI, is telling us we got him. So all of Charlie Kirk's friends, all of the right-wingers, even Tim Pool right now live, if you go and you watch anything on Rumble right now, they're going to sit there and they're going to be like, suspect apprehended and blah, 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 woke transgenderism. And it's fucked up because it's all this guy's fault. And then he's over here and he finally, lets it slip. We finally let that bald guy go. That crazy person that went to this concert with his daughter and decided to scream out that he killed the person that was dying. We let him go. Let him go. And also, we're not asking you, the public, for more information again. We're not, no 1-800 number, no help us out, no nothing. Do you guys remember the Biden administration? Like, soon as they started, soon as January 6th happened, there were billboards everywhere, 1-800 numbers. Please call, report the people so that we can get the whole January 6th people and get them all roped up into one little thing. And instead, we finally let him go when Donald Trump got president. But, like, it's just like, that's what, that's not, I don't know what my point was there. Actually, my point was, Joe Biden was trying to arrest the January 6ers with more aggression than Donald Trump is trying to arrest the assassin of his political youth division. Like, Charlie Kirk, more than anybody, is directly tied to the administration. I don't think you guys understand that. Like, this guy is the only one that was on the inside that's now on the outside, as an outside of himself. But I put into Google and ChatGPT what would it theoretically, what would this be if Charlie Kirk was the second coming of Christ? It led me down a decent rabbit hole. Let me go back down to Mr. Kirk himself, the second coming of Christ, Mr. Charlie Kirk. So in this scenario written by ChatGPT and Google, let me pull it up now for you. We're gonna go through the theory of how Charlie Kirk may actually, in fact, be Jesus, especially when Kash Patel, this weird Indian guy, is probably gonna hide the body. And if this weird Indian guy hides the body, that's it, done. So. Oh, I just realized, like, in my head, because that person that I was dating at one point in my life, just like texted me and was like, "Yeah, fuck you, you're the worst person ever." I'm like, oh, I must have done something tonight to upset her, and then I realized, like, yeah, I was talking a little bit of shit about exes, just like the show's easier to do by myself than it is to do with women. I mean, it is a political show, and doing a political show with male opinions is easier without women. But I will say that I always tried to do the show with women because I think that if it was two guys talking, we'd just talk out our own asses and jerk ourselves off. So when it comes to politics, if there is a conversation to be had, if there's a conversation in politics, I think the most interesting one is a male-female conversation. Though, as I made the joke, and it was a oops-a-daisy. As I made the joke, apparently it's a little bit easier to have political opinions as a male by yourself. Do you think the FBI had a glitch in coming up with a combined assessment of analyzing details because of Patel? Here's the thing. I think Kash Patel's an idiot. I think Kash Patel heard that they had a suspect, and I think that Kash Patel misspoke the same way that Pam Bondi misspeaks every 5 fucking minutes. These people are like, they don't know how to talk to the press or the public at all. So, head of the FBI hears that they got a suspect. He goes and tweets out, "We caught the guy." So then, like, everybody is already in Kash Patel land that was in Charlie Kirk land. And so they all go about their night thinking they caught some transgender shooter. But I just want to read that question again, make sure I got that right. Do you think that the FBI had a glitch in coming up with the combined assessment of analyzing details because of Patel? I think that Kash Patel is kind of doing these tweets and doing these things on his own, but he happens to be the head of the FBI, so making these statements makes statements for everybody underneath him. And I think that the police on the ground that arrested that bald guy knew from the second that they arrested him that he was not the actual assassin, because they knew that the assassin came from the roof or somewhere else. Because right from the get-go, the local security police had reported it as 150 to 200 yards away, which was the exact same distance that they reported the Pennsylvania shooting to be. So because of that, we already knew that it was most likely a roof or something of that nature. And if you, like, I'm telling you guys, if you want to go down the conspiracy theory train, the thing to do is skim through the 6 hour actual live feed in real time of Meet Kevin, MEET Kevin. He's a real estate agent, like entrepreneur, live streamer, like, public figure, YouTuber guy. And he was just doing his local live stream and went deep diving into this as it was happening. And I happened to be watching that stream while it was going on because I was looking for different sources. And I was seeing that he was commenting on all these different things. And he was showing, like, guy's on the roof, walks in the parking lot, he's on the interstate, he's gone. And at that same time, the head of the FBI was being like, we got him. And the local law enforcement, I believe, knew that they didn't actually have the real suspect. But getting anybody meant that he could report that we got him. And I guess he won't ever learn his lesson until finally Donald Trump fires him. I mean, I'm starting to think that Donald Trump is turning into Joe Biden. Are you going to fire anybody, buddy? Man, you fired so many people that first term, and now you're sitting here with your butt plug in every time. I suppose he's looking into different directions. Yes, he is. Mr. Kash Patel is looking at 3 different spots at once at all times. So it's very hard for him to pinpoint where he should be directing his FBI knowledge or whatever. I did find it funny that Dan Bongino apparently was the guy that was like, enough of this. I'm losing credibility with my podcast audience when it came to the Epstein stuff, and that both Kash and Bondi, who come from government, were both just being more and more corrupted and lying and being dumb and weird and stuff. So with that said, fun little game. Just because Charlie Kirk has passed, he was a YouTuber. He's an awesome individual just for speaking up, for doing a show, for fucking having fun with life. Because if you go and you search Charlie Kirk's name after some piece of shit at a dog park tells you, oh, that racist deserved to die, just Google his name and just watch one clip. And it will probably bring you a lot more joy than it will hatred. And so that should show you fundamentally all you need to know about who Charlie Kirk was individually. So in this thought experiment, we build out the complexities of what if Charlie Kirk was more than just a little nice guy? What if his Christianity was a little deeper? What if Charlie Kirk is the second coming of Christ? Okay, so first, there is a deep belief by a bunch of different AI bots, different streamers, different algorithms, that the end times, the revelations, is to happen in the month of October. Okay, so we're already bringing that in there to start with. Okay, the Israel, Palestine, all the 7 years means 70 years plus 7 years and 7 years. It all leads to October. Okay, of this year. Secondly, Charlie Kirk was 31 years old when he died. And Jesus of Nazareth was approximately 30 to 33 years old, depending on, the context. He wasn't killed in a political capital like DC, but in Utah University. This would be framed as a deliberate choice to make his sacrifice in America's heartland, specifically in a state synonymous with a unique American-born breach of Christianity, the Mormons. So bringing it to Utah for his ultimate sacrifice of his life before us all could be seen that way. He was preaching to the youth when he was slain. There you go again. Let's see here. His last words during the UVU speech, which would be endlessly replayed, would be reinterpreted as final sermon. Phrases with truth, fighting for the soul of the West, or waking up a generation would be elevated to scripture. We're getting there. We're getting close there, guys, with some of this stuff. Then the evidence of the deity. Okay, so this is how we find out he actually is Jesus Christ, right? The empty morgue. Okay, and I'm telling you, Kash Patel might actually send some crazies down the rabbit hole of thinking this guy is Jesus Christ, because I believe the FBI could do this to us. His body would be held in a secure county morgue in Utah. On the morning of Saturday, September 13th, the third day, the body would be gone or being misreported. The official explanation would be a sophisticated theft, or they don't know what happened, or actually they did find it, but they had to put it away, or he got cremated, or whatever. But the reality is the public will never see the body again. It's disappeared. Digital apparatus. The first appearances would not be physical because we're living in an actual reality of the digital world. Instead, the people that were at the UVU event today, those students, those people in that crowd, would probably start receiving text messages next week, 7 days after this happened, saying that he is with them, that that they were awaiting the sign, etc. I'll say this is a pretty wild analogy. Yeah, exactly. But hey, if we're gonna have fun with conspiracy theories about who killed him or what's actually happening or trying to find out the actual truth, it is fun to have some lighthearted conspiracy theories, and I think that Charlie kind of deserves a little bit of this. He's getting a lot of hatred everywhere, so why not give a little bit of a conspiracy to what if he was the ultimate embodiment of non-hatred, of joy, of life, of peace, of being Jesus Christ. So Charlie could be Jesus Christ because he was assassinated between the ages of 30 and 33, which is when Jesus was crucified. He was not crucified in a capital. He was crucified in the heartland, which is exactly what happened to Jesus of Nazareth. He was allowed for that crucifixion to happen while he was interpreting prayer with the youth. He was talking to the youth. And if Kash Patel makes his body disappear until Saturday, then there starts getting some text messages next Wednesday. Just saying. And then, Peter Thiel and Palantir, they come over here in October, and we start a brawl. You know who I think should write the script? The guys from South Park. Because that's what we need to talk about next, guys, okay? So I am going to be blacked out for a few seconds here. Going to come back to you, and we're going to talk about what does South Park do next? What do they do now that this guy's RIP? He's RIP. So stick with me in a second, and we will be talking about what South Park does next. All right, here we go. All right, yeah. So we all remember this little guy. This little Charlie Kirk. Oh, that's not a good one. I don't want to hear. All right. So, Mr. Kirk. All right. So, Mr. Kirk on South Park, okay? Whew. What will South Park do now that Charlie Kirk has passed? Well, my first theory is the assassination of Eric Cartman. Tell me I'm wrong. They assassinate Eric Cartman, and when you assassinate Eric Cartman, you keep it permanent. So it's a permanent death on South Park of Mr. Cartman himself. And that's how you win this back. I mean, I don't fucking know, man. This one might be tougher for South Park than the election. This is tougher than, like, the second week of Muhammad. This one even might be tougher than, like, the Streisand lawsuit or, like anything. This is the toughest one for South Park. Is that this next Wednesday, they're going to have to come up with an episode after doing this to this guy 2 weeks ago. And continuing to stay political throughout the entire season, making fun of Trump, saying he's fucking Satan, and then get shot. And now how do you stay satirical and relevant when you are going to be pointed at as part of the problem now? It's tough. It's probably the toughest thing they've had to do. I may not agree with your views, leanings, but I respect healthy debate and speech. Exactly. We fucking all should. You rock, Cesar Ortiz. You fucking rock, man. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I could listen to some crazy, like, blue-haired lady with a shaved head and one eye that, like, she re-stitched onto her forehead through, like, some transgender surgery, and I'll be like, you know what? She should be allowed to have a TikTok. And she should be allowed to be on here just like me. What shouldn't happen is getting shot in the throat. No one should be getting shot in the throat. And now that somebody did get shot in the throat, what are we going to do? What is society going to do? What is comedy going to do? What is the world going to do? The Republicans are debating whether they Patriot Act themselves 2.0, make words like Nazi illegal. That doesn't seem like the right answer. Comedy is going to be real fucked because they were on a rope-a-dope of making fun of Trump, and now they're going to have to, figure it out. Eat dicks or do something. I don't know, man. This is going to be a tough one. This is the toughest obstacle, probably since 9/11, that South Park is going to be up against. I'm going to log off. It's been an hour now. I hope you guys just have some fun, relax. Don't watch YouTube streams of Charlie Kirk assassinations until your ears bleed. Take it from your parents. 9/11, watching the footage over and over again. It's not healthy. We're all going to be doing this for at least 2-3 weeks. So fucking watch a movie, have some fun. If you really need to stay relevant, but you want to take a break from all of this, I definitely encourage you to watch the Osama bin Laden 9/11 episode that aired of South Park, I believe 2 days after 9/11. It's a parody of like early cartoons and satirical political commentary, and it's just a little bit separate from all of the shit we have to deal with on a daily basis. Left, right, center, whatever. And one last check-in. Did Kash Patel find a new person to blame for the fucking assassination? We're just chilling on. Oh, 35 minutes ago. Okay, here we go. 35 minutes ago, guys. New update. The FBI is working alongside our local and state law enforcement partners in Utah to fully investigate and seek justice in the fatal shooting of Charlie Kirk at Utah Valley University. Anyone with so finally, what was I saying? What was I saying about this fucking guy? I was like, this guy's not even asking us to help him. And now here he is. This is the last statement. If anyone has any information, photos, videos of the incident that can help the FBI identify more answers by sharing the files here. Yeah, let's share files with this FBI. This guy, the guy that lies about Epstein, the guy that told us that he apprehended the assassin literally at 3 p.m., then re-quote tweeted himself to let us know that he didn't, and he'd keep us updated, but didn't ask for our help again. And then after somebody at the FBI was like, you know what? Maybe we should ask the public, for videos since they were all there. And then finally somebody decides to he didn't even post this himself. He just retweeted it. He just retweeted, hey, help us. And then there's a photo here, and the photo says, FBI statement on shooting of Utah University, September 10th. As soon as we heard about the shooting, special agents and personnel from the Salt Lake City field office responded immediately. We have full resources devoted to this investigation, including tactical, operational, investigative, and intelligence. To be clear, the FBI will fully support and co-lead this investigation alongside our partners, FBI Salt Lake City. Oh, thanks, because that's what we were worried about. We were worried about whether you were doing your job professionally or not. And now that we know that you're doing your job professionally, do you mind finding the guy? That would be nice. Okay? So everybody have a nice night. I'm sorry to anybody that I offended in my life, especially the women. I don't mean to attack women. I'm a man, and men are different than women. Love you all, and fucking watch some 9/11 footage if you have to stay in the zone. But just get out of the Charlie Kirk assassination. You gotta. I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna let Kash Patel here get caught up. Figure out what the hell's going on. Maybe watch a fucking live stream and meet Kevin from 3 p.m. Oh, wow, somebody jumped off the roof. Oh, wow. And then maybe in the morning we'll figure out that Iran did it. Huh? Why would Iran do it? Because Israel needs somebody to blame. Good night.